Hi everyone, last time we worked on making service layer generic. So today we are doing first of all some housekeeping stuff to remove extra lines of code and classes, just to make sure that our code is refactored and up to the mark from quality perspective. Uh, I will start by removing extra using statements, and apart from that, let me run it, and we'll see, and we will be focusing on group, not group, the store part today. And as we can see, only the index action have the code, and we have to deal with other empty actions as well. So we have that stores link here, and currently we can see the list. Okay, that's fine. And let me remove the extra lines of code. The index action will be listing the record from the database, so we are getting those records and passing back to our view. Next one is the create one, so let's create it. I will add a view and will be razor view, and what next we will do is we will select create. Okay, and that would be our that will be our sm dot data dot models, and we will be selecting that product from here. And from context perspective, we don't think we need this one, and we can just yeah, not that not will not be the data, that will be our business models. So the code generation will take some time to generate those views for us. And we will be doing same practice for edit and delete as well. And after that, we can expect that when we click on this create new link, we will have that view available. So currently this scaffolding is generating code for us. Okay, now we have that code ready, and we will not need this id, so we can remove it. We will need name and description, and we can submit that one straight away. And Let's now press Ctrl F5 to double check if that is working or not. Yes, it is working, and let's say, and this is stored and stored. Yeah, before that, just forgot to update it. That would be the store model. So store has name and store has description. That is fine. And inside the controller we will be receiving our model here. Store model, and next we will be doing is underscore store service dot add. Let's pass this model into that service. Now let's press Ctrl F5. Okay, store one and store one description create. Okay, now you can see that it's getting, displayed on the front end. Next, let's pick delete should be a straight one, so let's pick that one. And for that case we will not require that post method because we will be deleting that straight away. And yeah, we will be using the same approach. Try catch one, and inside that try, let's use again that store service dot delete, and we know that we will be passing that id here. Let's press Ctrl F5, and this is how this architecture helps, because you can see that now we are just putting single line on each action and everything will be working as expected. Okay, let's yeah, for the delete one, one more thing will be inside views store and index. We need to pass that id here as a parameter to the action, and that would be our id. We will not require the detail, we can remove it, and for the and same will be required for added one item.id. Now again press Ctrl F5. So details option will be removed from this grid, and we will only have that edit and delete now. Okay, so let's just click that delete, and those records should start deleting from the database, right? And next would be the edit one. So for that one we next need to add view here for the edit one. So we will be adding the edit view, add, and that would be our edit view for the I think that would be for store model here. So basically we are creating the link between store and products in this episode. Before that we required those views to be ready, so that when we will be creating or adding stores and when we will be adding products, we can select store within that, from within that add product view. So that is the all main reason for this activity. And in the edit form, we need that id, but that should be the hidden field, which means on the UI we will not need that one, and we will not need any validation, and we can say it's of type hidden. Okay, and we have name, description and location, which is fine, and we will be posting that form to edit action. And this is our store model, which is fine. Adding attribute requires restarting the application. All right, and before that let's add the logic here in edit post function. We will be getting store model from here, and that will be the model. Again here we will be just use single line store service dot update, and we will pass the model inside there, and our store should be updated. Let's double check that. And yeah, of course, when we click on edit, we need to pass that particular model to the view as well. For that one, we can use product store model is equal to underscore store service dot get. What will be that one? That will be do we have get one and delete? No, we don't have one, I think. Let's double check that. So we have get all, which is fine, and update, and no, we don't have particular get by id, which is kind of strange. And inside repository, do we have get by id? Don't, but we have generic get. So what we can do here is why not, yeah, let's double check how we implemented that in the product section. Yeah, this is not a good approach. We don't need to pull all the entities from the database and then find the required one. This is a bad approach. So what I would suggest is, let's go back to the generic service here, and generic service here, and first of all we need to declare get with the id, and we will put like get by id here, and we need to pass int id, and here it will return us the t model. Let's go back to the generic service. Now we need to implement that generic service. We can just clone that function, and we will rename it to get by id, int id, and that will return t model. And in the repository we will use get dot get, and inside here we can say that dot id equals to id, and dot first or default, and here we can just convert that entity to a product model, uh, not product model, store model, and we will return that model. All right, and inside the store controller now we can, inside that, go to implementation. Inside that yeah, so inside here in the added get action we can say get by id, and we'll pass the id, and we can pass store model back to the view. Let's press Ctrl F5 to test that. Okay, and when we press edit we will have that view open. Let's say location is Islamabad, and let's update it store 12 and store 12 description. Press save, and everything is working as expected. So now we can add store, edit store, and delete store, and we can list the stores. So the store part is done. Let's commit that code. Store CRUD is done. Okay, so next thing is to create relation between store and products, and for that one what we can do is, first of all, inside the data.models and inside our product we need to create a relation, and that would be one to many, which means one store can have many products, right? So how we can manage that one, we will be adding a store id here, public and store id get set, and public store and store get set this way, and that would be our that store id would be, yeah, I don't think so that would be nullable, because we do require store ID against every product. Okay, and yeah, we need to initialize that one as well. Declare as nullable, no, we don't want. And else what we can do is public product Alhamdulillah. That would be no, we want plain constructor, and we can say store is equal to new store, right? Okay, and we need to mention the foreign key relation, and we need to pass the name, which will be store ID in our case. Okay, and inside the store we will be adding public asset. Why the asset? Because asset could not have the duplicate entries, so that will be asset of store stores get set, and we need to initialize that one here in the constructor. Public store stores is equal to new asset of store, like this. Even we can do that this way, I think so. Yeah, because I collection is extended from think I enumerable because one way or another both of those classes are related, so we can use I collection, but while initialization we can initialize this with asset, which means that store reference will have the asset of stores. Okay, that's I think fine. Yeah, and next thing is in the business layer we need to include or update both these changes, and we can just copy from here and go to the business models, and we can pass it here, not exactly here, so we can use just my collection of store model, and we have stores, and again here we need to initialize that stores is equal to new list of store model. Let's remove all the extra using statements from the top just to make code look better, and in the product model we will be using that store id property and store model of store. Let's use public product model, and we can say store is equal to new store model. All right, so I think that's the change required for now, and let's try to add that relation into the database. Okay, add dash migration, and let's name it store product relation. So we have added a store id column inside. Yeah, I don't think so that is a required, migration, because an extra column is getting added which is store id inside stores, and in our case that is already there, so I don't think so we need that. We need to check how we can revert that migration. So let's search entity framework core revert migration. How to remove bad migration? One way is to remove dash migration, I guess. Let's try it. The name of migration is, in our case, it's this one, so we can copy and we can use remove dash migration. We have one, and we can pass the name and click enter. Cannot found that accept argument. Yeah, right. Okay, let's double check that reference again. Name of bad migration. Update migration. Remove migration. I guess only remove migration will work. Remove migration. Let's try it. Removing migration, this one, which means over migration is removed. So that is good. Now we need to double check the relationships. Let's go back to the product table, and here we can see we have added the store id with foreign key. Yeah, why not? Let's try to add in this way, because it should pick that store id as, foreign key for that store table. It should work. And migration as the product. Let's see how it works. Again, we have that column getting created, which is again not a good thing. Let's double check. One to many code first. Let's check the standards, what they said. And we are not following the fluent API approach. Let's see. Create ID, store, create ID, and create. Okay, and let's double check any other way. Core one to many, model and notation. Let's see. Okay, we are doing material ID as foreign key. And we are making that property virtual as well. Okay. So we need to make that property virtual, and we need to mention I foreign key, and need to pass that as store ID. Port ID. Yeah, let's now apply the migration through dash database. So we have that relationship set up, and in our next video we will be adding a drop down here in the add product and edit product forms. Okay, yeah, so we got an error, so we will in next video we will start this error, and we will resolve this one, and we will be adding the drop down in add product and edit product to assign store to those products, and this way we will be maintaining that relationship in our web application. So till then, have a good happy coding, have a good day, and in case of any question or query, do ask in the comments, and see you in the next video. Bye.